how are you doing? My name is Ting, your NLP and Hypnosis trainer from Wissen Solutions. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about value systems. One of the topics inside the value system which we call the clear, grave values. So what does that mean to us? Grave values. So this is a theory developed by Grave, the psychologist. So this person, she actually says that our value systems, the first thing we have is actually our container. So in order for us to have a complete value system, at first we need to have a container. So container is just like a cup that we are actually having. This cup is actually holding a water. So when we have a cup, then this is what we call the container. Container, actually in human being, this is the analogy. So for actually the real things that in us, which we call container, is actually our neurological system, our neural system. Our neural systems. So these neural systems, it actually is a place where we put our value. So where does the value coming from? The value, the content inside here, the content inside our container is actually the value. So this is the value that we adopt and we accept. Yeah. So this value is actually coming from the environment. The environment is actually affecting our value. This environment and the container actually affects our value. So for example, when we live in a place, the place means the environment, which we can say is our school or our family and any other thing, etc. These are the places whereby it actually affect our value systems. So this is actually the value which is with a content. The value system is actually with the content. So under school, teacher is going to teach a content to us. And for us, for you and me, we are the container. Our neurological system is actually accepting whatever taught by the teacher, which is the content, and then we accept it, and it comes in to our container, which is to our neurological systems. Therefore, when we accept it and it becomes part of us, then our behavior, our thinking, and our words, our speech will come out from these neurological systems. Therefore, this form a person's life, the neural system, and then the value systems, and then the belief systems, which actually determine our behavior. So behavior is actually only the outside. What we can see is actually outside what we can see, but the prime mover of the behavior is actually coming from our value, which is the content, whether I can steal, whether I cannot steal, whether I lie or I don't lie, or whether I need to do exercise or I don't do exercise. These are the behavior that we can see outwardly, but it's coming from the value systems. So where does the value system coming from? It's actually from the school, from the family, and from your friends, from your working place, etc. and etc. And therefore, these environments affect our neurological systems, affect our container, whether we want to accept the value system or not. Now, Malaysia, we have a person, yeah, a couple, which do the YouTubes and become very famous within the very short times. I am very amazed. I am very amazed about their performance. By a very simple cooking, yeah, the channel can attract 700 over 1,000 people to subscribe. And I do watch these YouTubes, but I very seldom I subscribe. But I go to subscribe. Actually, I subscribed this channel, Sugupavithra. And I actually also like the way Pavitra present herself and then doing the cooking. And then I see the couple is of very good potential. And I actually very, very admire of their charisma, simple, humble, and the way she talk and then do the presentations. Even though the video is actually rather simple compared to some other trend, some other people who do their video, then they put in a lot of effort. But Sugupavithra, the video is relatively simple, but it's actually humble, and then it's actually catching a lot of hearts of the Malaysian. Within 3 months during the MCO, the subscriber keep on coming out, and it's actually, I would say, it actually is as a legend within such a short period of time. But recent development, we see that this channel has been closed down. Yeah, we no longer see any video in the channel. Yeah, maybe we also know from media that the husband actually having a domestic violence towards the wife, and then the wife say, "I forgive him. Then I would like to go forward with Ting." Now we want to study how the person can actually doing the domestic violence. Domestic violence is a behavior. So when a person can do a domestic violence, we see it's actually the outward behavior. But inside that person, there is a value system that prompts that person to do such a thing. And then that value system, where does it coming from? It coming from the environment. It actually coming from the environment. Does it coming from school? Does it coming from family? Does it coming from the media? Does it coming from the movie or anything? I do not know. But I would just want all the audience to understand our value system, where it forms, it coming from all this. And when it comes from all this, it actually coming into our neurological system, which is our container. And we want to adopt, and then we practice it. When we practice it, that means it's a behavior that shows outside that people can see. But from outside the behavior, actually we can see the value system of that person. And if we know that value system of that person, we can actually predict the behavior. Therefore, a domestic violence, yeah, like what we have seen, it actually coming from a value system. And then, of course, this behavior will bring a result. The behavior will bring a result. And sometimes the result is very bad. As we can see, the channel is now being closed. I do not know whether it's closed by Pavitra herself, or actually it's being closed by the YouTube. Because YouTube, as far as I know, they have a zero tolerance on pedophiles. All the negative things, they have zero tolerance. Therefore, we need to be very conscious. As a YouTuber, as a people who want to upload any video onto the YouTubes, we need to know our own self. Yeah. So when we do not have a very good behavior publicly, and then if our video content is not good, it's a very violent, and then it's a full of sexualities, and YouTube, it has a zero tolerance. Yeah. Therefore, the result of this is actually putting down all the videos. And I do not know whether it's coming from the YouTube itself, management itself, or coming up from the Pavitra itself. But anyway, from this incidents that I would like to take as an example to teach you, whoever listen to this teaching, then you will know. Anything we can see is actually the behavior. We can see is the result. The consequences of the behavior is the results. Yeah, and then the result of this incident, of course, is a lockup, and then it's a charging into the court, and so on and so forth. But on the contrary, this is a very negative. But on the contrary, if let's say we are looking at some people, they're having a very good result, very good result because they're coming from a very good behavior, and this very good behavior is actually coming from a very good value systems. And this very good value system is actually also coming from the environment, and then it's actually adopted by the container itself. So what is your container? What is your neurology? How you want to choose this value system from the environment is actually up to us, up to you and up to me. Therefore, in terms of psychologists, in terms of NLP, we're talking about the thing called cause and effect. Cause versus effect. So I cannot say whatever results that I have in my life is due to some other people's fault. I, container, I can choose the good value system even though the environment is not good. I repeat, I, as a container, my neurological systems, I can choose a good value system out of the very poor environment, which is maybe the school family or etc. and etc. Therefore, if I choose a good value system out of the very bad environment, therefore, I am actually at cause. I actually at cause. So what does that mean at cause? At cause means I take my responsibility to be good. So no matter what happened in your life, whether we are coming from a very poor family, but we take ourselves at cause, then we choose the good results, the good behavior out of the poverty. Therefore, people, if they blame the environment, and they are actually at effect. So when they blame the environment, they are actually at effect. What does that mean? It actually says I am the victims of the environment. So I do something which is a very bad behavior is because of somebody did that to me, or because I do not have any resources. That type of mentality or thinking pattern is putting us at effect, and we cannot achieve anything greater in our life. Now, another situation which lead to the sugupavithra channel problem is we call the lottery curse. We call the lottery curse. So I will just write it here. This is something extra. Lottery curse. In terms of psychology, this lottery curse happens over US because the psychologists in US actually they study this lottery curse. What does that mean? They study on the people who strike the lottery. That means the jackpot. Then they won a lot of money, can be up to billions of US dollar. So when they do the follow-ups on this person, and then 99%, almost all, because they have a lot of study, then almost all of the people who won the lottery at the end of the situation is worse than the previous. Some people, they may have a very little income, and then go and they go and buy lottery, and then they strike it. And when they strike it, they have a lot of money. But at the end, they become broke, they become divorcee, they fall into drugs, they become alcoholic, and they become homeless. And some of them commit suicide, some of them commit crime. Why can the people can fall into the lottery curse? Why? Environment is so good, provide you with 10 million US dollar, 10 million US dollar, but how come at the end of the day, it becomes a curse to you? and to somebody. The reason is because our neurological system cannot contain the value system, the fortune that coming in. So if we cannot contain the money that coming in, like for this couple, yeah, the money they earn from YouTube is quite a lot, and then when this type of money that they're coming in, they actually lost their directions. We don't see there's any new upload about the cooking, but we see the new upload about the whole family or go for vacation, but it's no wrong about that. Go for vacation is fine, but then that person is actually going to see some BBIP in the country, and then something like that. Then they actually show to us that person actually lost the directions. So in life, we lost directions when we have a lot of money to certain people. Therefore, it's for us, if we want to have a very good life, no matter how much money that is coming in into our life, into our neurological system, we need to enlarge it. In a very simple term, I said enlarge our neurological system. Of course, there will be a lot of questions to ask. Actually, how? How to enlarge it? As by enlarging our neurological system, basically is by enlarging your knowledge, your handling power. How for you to handle a 10 million US dollars or any amount, or maybe 10 to 20,000 a month salary that coming to us from maybe 1,000 only. So from 1,000 salary income, and then you receive a $20,000 income, which is a very big jump, and our container is not sustainable. So when our container is not sustainable, every good thing that come in that way, it become a curse to us. It become a curse to us. So not only happen to the people who strike the lottery, but also to the people who inherit a good fortune from the parents. We always listen to the people who accept a huge amount of treasure from the late father or late mother, and they squander it within a few years, and then the end result is worse than before. Yeah? So maybe the person will lose everything that they have. So therefore, my friends, calligraph value systems is a very simple illustrations. But then when we use this principle to analyze on a person's behavior, we can see the root cause of that behavior. We can see the root cause of their results. And therefore, friends, when you listen to here, you understand how the people can react and then to squander off their money. And then my advice to you is actually you need to enlarge your neural systems. So when you enlarge your neural system, you will able to choose you are coming from cause or you are coming from effect. And how you can do, of course, come to my class and then I'm going to teach you. Because this is all psychology based. And then NLP and hypnosis is actually the applied psychology, which means by using psychology theory, and then we make it as a step-by-step for you to learn. Learning psychology, learning like people like Claire Graves, like Ivan Pavlov, people like so many other people, William James, all these people, yeah. We need to go into universities and learn. And then by going into universities, not everyone have the chance. So if we do not have the chance, then how? We want to learn psychology. So we still have the chance by coming to my class, and then I can teach you step-by-step NLP and hypnosis. So that these two combine to make you as a person that understand the concept of the value systems, understand the concept of the behavior, be active, be proactive, be a cause to achieve what you want, the result of your life. Therefore, my company, my tag is actually master your destiny. When I learn this, I master my own destiny. And when you come to my class, you learn all this, and you are going to master your own destiny. Because after all this, you learn about all this value system, how it forms, how it affects us, then we will know how to choose our next steps. Then it helps you to achieve whatever you want in your life. That will be very good, isn't it? So I can learn. Can you learn? Not. Come to my class. I am Ting, your NLP and Hypnosis trainer from Wissen Solutions. Thank you very much.